Hey guys, how you doing? Hopefully you're doing okay. I'm going to read through the full article here. It is fairly short. There is a link in the description. And it's somewhat controversial. There's an argument that my video title may be a little clickbaity. We don't really know the true situation as to what happened in this incident. So perhaps this is the type of subject that should be given a pass, should be ignored, shouldn't be considered or given attention. But I've decided to give it a few minutes worth of attention in any case. It's in regards to the woman that you see in front of you. Now, I'm tempted to call her a scumbag, but perhaps that would be grossly unfair of me to do so. Her name is Jeanette Jukes, and she was 19 years of age when her son died in May 2021. She's based in Texas. Initially, she was arrested on capital murder charges, given that her 7-month-old son died whilst under a pile of clothes in the laundry. So the 7-month-old child was found unresponsive in a laundry basket under a pile of clothes in May 2021. The mother was initially arrested on capital murder charges, but those charges were dropped. And the reason why those charges were dropped is because the medical examiner did not find evidence of her being, of the baby, of the 7-month-old boy, being murdered or harmed. So it was found that the boy died of asphyxia, but no evidence of being murdered or harmed. So maybe I'm being hypocritical here. I often say that I do value the experts. I believe they get things right. So maybe I'm being a hypocrite by doubting those results, that there's no evidence of being murdered or the baby being murdered or harmed. In addition to the initial capital murder charges, the mother concerned was also charged with abandoning or endangering a child, but those charges were also dismissed. There's a plea deal in place, which the mother pleaded guilty to attempted tampering with physical evidence. Attempted tampering with physical evidence. And for that single charge, she's been given 5 years of probation as well as 100 hours of community service. So really, that's all of the information within the article that I've relayed to yourself. And I'm going to say that there's not a great deal there, is it? It's all a little bit vague. There's not a lot of meat on the bones in regards to the details being provided to us. I mean, my natural tendency is to assume that this woman is guilty of murder. And perhaps my brain goes in that direction because all day I'm reading through these articles of child murders. So, you know, that's where I'm kind of attuned to go. But perhaps on reflection, that's a little unfair. The medical examiners have said that there's no evidence of the young boy, and we don't know the boy's name, unfortunately. There's no evidence that the boy was murdered or harmed. They died of asphyxia, so I guess the question is it possible that they choked themselves? Yes, I guess it is. Should the mother be held accountable for abandoning or endangering the child? Well, that is the direction that the investigators went down initially, but for whatever reason they decided to retract that charge. I mean, I would assume that yes, she probably is guilty of that, but you know, I'm not a parent. The parents ought to have an eye on their children at all times. I know that's not literally possible. So I think a certain amount of leeway is probably justifiable. But in any case, it looks to me like the investigators did go down that route and they abandoned that. They felt that they wouldn't be able to get a conviction, or there's a good chance that they wouldn't be able to get a conviction. That's my assumption. But they did pursue with the plea deal. So they did want to punish her. They wanted for this woman to be punished. And she's barely been punished. She gets probation and 100 hours of community service. So to me, this is just leaving a whole lot of questions. Is she guilty or not? What physical evidence has she admitted to tampering with? Why was she tampering with the physical evidence? She was trying to cover up a crime? Does that insinuate that she felt that there was a crime, but the police felt that there wasn't a crime? I don't know. To me, this is a little bit too wishy-washy. We don't have enough information. It seems like the police, the prosecution, I'll say the district attorney, I may have that wrong, but it seems to me that the authorities wanted this woman to be punished, but they did so in a very weak way. So I don't know. It's all kind of disappointing. At the end of the day, there's a lost child, a 7-month-old boy. We don't know the boy's name. Is lost. Is the mother to blame? Is she not to blame? I don't know, man. I mean, I would think so, but apparently the authorities disagree. So I'm going to leave this up here, guys. Maybe this was a bit of a pointless video. Maybe not. Maybe this is a good example of some child endangerers, child neglectors, child abusers. Maybe this is an example of some of them slipping through the net. We don't know, or maybe that's grossly unfair of me to suggest such a thing. I'm going to wrap things up here, guys. If you do value the videos that I'm posting on the channel, if you value this topic that I've covered within this video, and if I've done half a decent job, please do show some appreciation, like, comment, subscribe, share the video. I'm welcoming donations. You can buy me a coffee at coffee.com. There's a link in the description. I'll leave that with you guys. But I'll carry on making a few more videos throughout the rest of the day. Actually, I've got a whole bundle that I would like to make. We'll see how we go. So I'll leave you to it. And thank you very much for your time.